Hey all you cool cats and kittens, this is Julian Currie here, taking over news on the hour. I hope you enjoy the ride.
It's 10 o'clock, this is Sky News at 10, our top story. The great COVID recession, the warning Britain faces its biggest slump in 300 years.
These are tough times, and there will be more to come. As I've said before, we can't protect every business and every household.
The deaths in care homes uncounted until now, which helped drive the deadliest week. On your guard, we hear the warning to NATO that its enemies may exploit the COVID crisis.
And this freedom that I have does not come from my governor, it comes from my God.
The not-so-United States, a showdown over the shutdown, a row over who's in charge. Preserving their local park, we meet the regulars determined it's not called its last part. And we'll take a look at tomorrow's front pages and the press preview at 10:30. Hello, good evening. If there was any doubt about the profound impact of the virus pandemic here in Britain, it surely is over tonight. The government's economic forecaster suggesting the country faces its greatest recession in more than 3 centuries. That followed the release of official data revealing there were more deaths during the week before last than in any week for at least 50 years. Well, 12,107 people have now died from coronavirus in hospital in the UK, an increase of 778 on the figure recorded yesterday. For the first time, deaths outside hospital, official data is showing that 1 in 10 coronavirus-related deaths had happened in
this story are very grim, and increasingly we're learning they may be telling an incomplete story. Now, the Office for National Statistics reports the number of recorded deaths every week. For the latest week recorded, the 14th week in the year, up to April the 3rd, 16,387 people have died. Now, while not all of those were COVID deaths, if you need any further evidence of the severity of this crisis, just look at how that compares to the weekly deaths so far this year. The bars there show every week back to January, and the line shows the 5-year rolling average. That latest bar is a huge jump, and it's actually the highest weekly total since the ONS started compiling this data all the way back in 2005. Now, 21.2% of those deaths had COVID-19 mentioned in the death certificate. Let's compare the total number of deaths to those released by the Department for Health and Social Care at the time. You can see the trend is very similar. There is that big gap there between those two lines. Now, according to the ONS, there were 6,235 deaths in England and Wales by April the 3rd. But at the time, that lower line there, the government only reported just over 4,000. So why this big gap, and what does it tell us? Well, firstly, it demonstrates the delay in reporting, but also it tells us something about the gaps in the government numbers. If we take, for example, the deaths registered by April the 3rd,
which said that for every week, every month that the lockdown continues, that will cost the state another 35 to 45 billion pounds. And at some point, ministers may have to confront the reality of the debt being piled on for future generations to pay off, and whether the trade-offs are all worth it. I asked the Shadow Chancellor, Labour's Annalise Dodds, whether or not she thought that that was a relevant factor, that figure, when making the decision as to whether or not to lift the lockdown, the cost in the future. She said it wasn't really something to place too much weight on. Whether other politicians that was a relevant factor, that figure, when making the decision as to whether or not to lift the lockdown right now, but it will worth it. Get more intense. I asked the Shadow Chancellor, Labour's Annalise Dodds, whether or not she thought that that was a relevant
economic
factor,
assessment of
that figure,
coronavirus
when
is
making
featuring
the
in tomorrow's
decision
newspapers. There's the headline in the Times: 2 million could lose jobs in lockdown. We'll be taking our first look at the front pages in our press preview at 10:30 with the Sun's political editor Tom Newton-Dunn, the Evening Standard's columnist Aisha Hazarika, and the science writer Tom Chivers. So more than 12,000 coronavirus patients have now died in hospital across the UK. The eldest was 108, while the youngest was just 5 years old. Here are just 3 of them and their stories. Sarah Trollope worked at Hillingdon Hospital in West London and has been praised for her work with older people with dementia. Her colleagues described her as an incredibly rare gift to humanity. 83-year-old Ian Gardner served in the Scots Guards of the British Army before joining the police